Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Restior, and this is Monster Hunter World. So I actually was supposed to go and speak to some of these guys, and I completely forgot to do that. But I went ahead and just started doing some other stuff. I went ahead and took care of all the side quests, including some of the early low-rank ones that I somehow just didn't unlock previously. You also might notice I have a few new toys. As we get further and further beyond, I'm probably going to have to focus on one particular weapon, at least from what I've heard. I've done a little bit more research now since I'm kind of further along now. And I don't exactly want to farm stuff that I don't exactly really want to farm. For the most part, it's kind of stuff I already kind of figured. For example, elemental damage is pretty good, but in the, I guess, overall, unless you're fighting something that's particularly weak and you maximize all your elemental stuff, you're better off just doing raw damage. That being said, I'm still going to do elemental stuff. I still have some elemental weapons I'm messing around with. But it is something I kind of noticed. And I've kind of confirmed it through gameplay as well. This weapon here is pretty much mostly raw damage, and it does pretty much the equivalent as one of my weapons that have elemental versus something that's weak against it. So it's a little unfortunate it's like that, but for the most part, all the weapons are generally good. I mean, unless you're using a particularly elemental heavy weapon against something that's immune, you're probably going to be okay. Really, if you want to min-max that particular level, you're probably just interested in speedrunning or something along those lines. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and grab these and some barrel bombs. I've actually started using mega barrel bombs. They're generally pretty useful against things that go to sleep. Usually, if something goes to sleep, I usually capture it. But in the case of elder dragons, which can't be captured, I kind of messed around with that. So let me go ahead and show what I have so far. So I'm wearing pieces of the Basil, Dober, and Nergigante set, mainly to maximize my attack boost and my earplugs. The Basil helm is pretty much for the earplugs. It even has a tier 3 gem slot, so I have a earplug gem decoration put in. I also have the earplug charm 2. So I've maximized my earplugs. What earplugs does is give you resistance all the way up to immunity to weak and strong roars. I'm sacrificing a little bit of overall damage, but it kind of makes up for itself because I can just freely attack the monster while he's roaring. And since most monsters usually roar before they retreat or leave the area, it lets me get a bunch of free hits in, and sometimes if I stagger the monster before they get away, they'll stick around for longer. Obviously I have the attack boost. Most of that is through the the Basil helm. Let's see. So yeah, the Basil helm is giving me earplugs, and I have a defense jewel and a brace gem. So this just gives me a little bit of resistance to flinching, not much though. Dober gem, or Dober mail, is attack boost 2, and I have the earplugs jewel in that, so that's how I get my 5th pip for earplugs. Nergigante, get agitator, which just gives me some buffs while the monster's enraged, which is kind of useful. And just an attack boost, that's kind of all I used it. That is just a high tier armor, so it is what it is. The Nergigante coil is 2 attack boost, and then I have a footing jewel, which gives me just a little bit of tremor resistance, nothing special to be honest. And then the last is the Dober Greaves, which gives me attack boost as well, and I have a defense jewel in there. I smelted a bunch of my decorations into defense jewels for the most part. I know in the late game you kind of end up using all those jewels to do some lottery type stuff to try to get high tier decorations, but I'm not going to be too worried about that right now. Also, of course, I have the Nurgle Reaver. So this thing, I'll go ahead and get to the workshop for that stuff. As far as the research I need to do on all the Elder Dragons, I have them all maxed out. I mean, I already had 2 of them maxed out last video, and then I kind of got the last one while doing other things. But weapons-wise, I have the Nurgle Reaver, which has maxed out sharpness, though its sharpness is not that fantastic, despite being maxed out. Most of it's a lot of red and orange, but it does start out with a pretty decent amount of blue, and that usually holds me over for quite a while. It only has 90 dragon element on it, but it's the main attraction is its high base attack power and the fact it has Elder Seal high, so I can potentially disrupt some of the Elder Dragon abilities that happen. To be honest, I don't really notice the Elder Seal stuff that often, but I think it works, so who knows. Anyway, so yeah, I have the Nurgle Reaver. It goes down the ore tree into the Nergigante tree. I have all the materials I need to get the last piece of Nergigante, but I need something else as well. The Rathlos tree, of course, I've got the Wyvern Blade Azure. I also have Wyvern Blade Holly, which is a pretty decent poison blade, I guess you can say. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I could go for the next tier of the Kieran tree for the Thunderbolt Sword 1, but to be honest, I don't exactly care. I'm probably going to move away from the Sword and Shield for now. I've been kind of messing around with bow and heavy bowgun instead, and I really just do not like fighting Kieran. I have been using the Thunder Resist Cloak, which helps a lot, but it's just a pain, because pretty much whenever your cloak's on cooldown, you're pretty much on death's row anytime you get hit by lightning. I've gotten better at fighting it, it's just I don't enjoy fighting it. It feels more like a WoW boss than a actual Monster Hunter thing, which probably is going to annoy me when Behemoth comes out. By the way, the crossover with Final Fantasy is actually Behemoth, I believe, though Kieran kind of shares a lot of the look. Anyway, besides that, yeah, I'm not going to do any more with the Dragonbone tree, even though I can definitely get some pretty awesome dragon element there. Its sharpness is not fantastic, and I'd just rather not deal with it. As for, I didn't really do anything with the gun lances. I just wasn't that interested. I did, I have the Snow Fletcher still. I will go with the rarity 8 with it. I definitely enjoy using the bow. It's pretty fun. I've gotten used to using the right click with my left click attacks, so I can do like spread shots for 5 hits and all that good stuff. The other thing I upgraded was, well, actually I crafted a new weapon. Originally I was using the Chrome Assault, but now I've actually went down the water element, down to the Suzuyaku, down to the Legiana tree, and that gets me access to the Shadow Crisp Plus. And what's neat about the Shadow Crisp Plus is it's fully specialized in piercing shots. So I've been taking advantage of that. If you put this thing with a whole ton of attack up custom mods, like range attack up mods, you can do tons of damage with piercing shots. But since I was fighting against Nergigante with this weapon, and his hits really hurt, I ended up just putting a bunch of shields on it, and I've kind of gotten used to how the shields work with a bow gun. It's pretty amazing. It makes you kind of just like a mobile tank. It's pretty crazy. Besides that, nothing else to really point out. I've upgraded some, I crafted some new charms, upgraded some charms. I've completely maxed out the attack boost charm, the defense boost charm, and some other, and paralysis and thunder. So definitely got some variety here, but at this point I'm probably going to focus a little bit more on utility and just raw damage rather than elemental stuff now. That being said, I still have an elemental set to play around with. Anyway, so let's go talk to some people, because apparently I completely forgot to do that. Oh, I did unlock a new cape from doing the quest to fight an Azure Rathalos and a regular Rathalos. It's just a, where is it? It's just a Challenger Mantle, which kind of lets you just gain more threat. And that's about the gist of it. Makes you essentially a big target. Alright, go to the trade card. Alright, so let's see what these people have for me. I'll talk to this guy first.
Yo.
Hello friend, there you are. We've split up the hunters in the 4th and 5th to make the search for the Elder Dragon's trail go faster. I'd like you to join us in the ancient forest and look there, gather in any evidence you can find. You can do it while you're out on an expedition or during a quest. It doesn't matter either way. Based on the info we've been able to sort through, it sounds as though the evidence will be spread over a wide area. When you've collected enough data, report it to the ecological research team.
Keep it together, okay?
Good luck out there.
I think we have enough data on the ancient forest now. Want to report to the ecological research team?
So if you saw in the top right corner, it immediately switched to a different quest, and I immediately completed it because I've already done all the research.
It's time.
Right, time to head to the Wild Spiral Waste. We've got an Elder Dragon to track. You look like something from Dark Souls. From what I can gather, the trail is more prominent on rock and sand. The proper course would be to conduct an expedition or quest into primarily dry areas. Once we have gathered the data we need, we shall report to the scholars of ecological research.
All right.
Until next time, Hunter. Yep.
We have enough data on the Wildspire Waste now. Let's go report to ecological research.
Alright, and this is actually a quest where I believe we need to talk to the 3rd Fleet Master, so we actually need to go to the other area. So let's just do that real quick. Oh, there's a quest here too. Who are you?
We meet again.
Well, look who it is. What are you doing all the way out here? Wait, let me guess. You're tracking an Elder Dragon, right? Actually, that's been on mine too. The Vaal's effluvium has been getting thicker recently. I only just noticed myself during one of my Vaal investigations.
Now that I think about it,
I remember the same thing happened before when the 3rd Fleet first arrived during the Elder Crossing 20 years ago. 2 decades of walking and finding nothing, but then something important changed. You came along. You found the Elder Dragon's trail and followed it, and soon you may even set foot in places that even I have never been. Right. Right then, I'm going to try and track down what's causing the increase in effluvium. You go search the Vaal and see if you can pick up the Elder Dragon's trail. There you are, I've been looking for you. Ellipses. Off to the Rotten Vaal to look for Elder Dragon, are you? The Admiral was just here and told me all about it. Well, allow me to fill you in. The effluvium in the Vaal has been getting denser. That woman over there is the one who discovered it while she was out investigating. Thankfully, she alerted me to the anomaly at once. We've observed this phenomenon once before, back when the 3rd Fleet and I first arrived. We determined that a monster must be lurking at the center of the effluvium. So chances are the Elder Dragon you are seeking is one lurking in effluvium. Let's not waste time. You'll find the evidence at the bottom of the Vaal.
well,
Once you've collected enough, report it to the ecological research team. Alright, good.
I think we have enough data on the Rotten Vale now. Are we ready to report our findings?
Yeah, let's go report our findings. We got everything already. Oh, by the way, as far as the timeline's concerned, Devil Joe has been added to the PC release. I've been getting little reports that say, hey, you can go find him now. I have not fought him yet or encountered him at all. But yeah, you can see there, there's been a Devil Joe sighting. I believe his nickname is Pickle, from what I've heard.
Still in one piece.
Ah, there you are. I've been waiting for you. You figured out what Elder Dragon is patrolling the ancient forest and where you can find it. The Elder Dragon's name is Kushala Daora. That's right, the Tempest of the Wind. They command a wide territory, so you've probably heard of the many sightings in the Old World, or sighted a few yourself. If one is living in the New World, then we have to study it. We simply must. I told the commander's grandson where it could be found. Talked to him to find out more. So, what is it?
Still in one piece.
Ah, there you are. Good news. We've managed to work out what Elder Dragon has appeared in the Wellspire Waste and where you can find it. Its name is Teostra. It's as violent as they come. They call it the Emperor of Flame and the Peerless One. In the Old World, it makes its home in deserts and volcanic regions. I didn't expect to encounter one here. We have to study it. If I let this chance slip away, I'll never forgive myself. I told the huntsman where Teostra can be found. Talk to him if you'd like to find out more. So, what is it?
Still in one piece, then?
Ah, there you are. I have news. We've determined that an Elder Dragon does indeed inhabit the Rotten Vale. The Third Fleet has given it a name, Vaal Hazak. They attempted to study the target 20 years ago. Some 20 years ago, the Third Fleet first observed a strange phenomenon involving the Vale's influvium levels. It seems that with each Elder's crossing, the Vale's effluvium increases in density. I deduce that Vaal Hazak is the one producing it. As for how, I'll need more data in order to properly answer that. Either way, I've already told the Third Fleet Master that we've confirmed their suspicions. Go talk to her if you'd like to know more. So, what is it? So yeah, I actually have a event quest for Vaal Hazak. It's definitely a good idea to take advantage of these limited bounties, because the last tier, of course, gets you a gold Wavarian print, and if you don't like dealing with the insane amount of grinding it requires to sometimes get certain gems, you can use gold Wavarian prints to kind of just make one, like Wyvern gems and things like that. So I do have one to slay Vaal Hazak, so I think I'll be going after that one, and we'll hopefully not screw it up. These are all Elder Dragons with special abilities, so the Elder Seal weapon I have will actually be of some use. As for what else to expect, I don't know. Supposedly there's a Fluvium stuff here, so let's see if I can do anything about that. Yeah, so what I'm going to do here is actually go ahead and just maximize my Fluvia resistance. I believe it's just a single tier ability in some cases. But I'll take a look. I don't think I have it though. Oh, wait, I'm like looking at all the wrong pages. There you go. Yeah, if you have Effluvial Expert, it makes you completely immune to it. Anyway, but I do have at least the gems for it. So I'll talk to you first.
All right.
The scholars from the ecological research team have told us where we will find Kushala Daora. It's in the Elder's Recess. It must have left the ancient forest and returned to its roost. Which is good news, actually, since we don't want that thing anywhere near base. All of the details are in the quest I've put together.
Be careful.
The rest of the field team are on their way there. Join us as soon as you can.
Whoa, partner! That was a Kushala Daora! Didn't expect to see one in the New World, too.
What?
What? Teostra? Haha. So this is the Elder Dragon that has been strutting about the waste. My old friend, my old enemy. It was the Emperor of Flame that left these gashes in my armor, and now we will face each other again. Any hunter worth his salt should be grateful for a chance to test his skill against such an opponent.
Time.
Are you with me? Sign up for the quest, and we shall pursue Teostra to the Elder's Recess.
A Teostra? Going after it will definitely put all of your skills to the test. I think you'll be okay with a full belly.
Alright, so we're just tackling quest after quest here. I know what Elder Dragon we're dealing with in the Rotten Vale. It's called Vaal Hazak. That's the tentative name we gave it the last time it appeared. Vaal Hazak is the reason behind the effluvium For some reason, he's wrapped in a coat of the stuff. It must be lurking down at the base of the Vaal where the fluvium is thickest.
Well,
I've set a quest to investigate Vaal Hazak. You should get to work. We need to find it, we need to find it this time, no matter what.
It's clothed in effluvium? What kind of crazy monster are we dealing with here?
Well, we'll find out in a bit. Because we're going after that thing first. So, the one that was wandering in the ancient forest, that one's all about like tornadoes and stuff. Obviously the one that's Emperor of Flame is all about doing massive fire attacks, and then this one, of course, that we're going after is going to be going purely like poison effluvium clouds and shit like that, at least from what I've heard. Why can't I go to the canteen from here? Whatever. Not that it matters. What I like about this place is this part is known as floor 2, and this landing here is supposed to be floor 3, but there's no difference in elevation. Also, by the way, if you go down there, this is another way to get to your room, by the way. Speaking of my room, I don't think... Yeah, I forgot about this. Take all. Do. Alright. Let's eat. Alright. And I honestly don't know what else to expect from this guy. I mean, I guess I can take some herbal medicines just in case. Just in case he does do poison. But I don't know.
Whoa.
Kushala Dora, or Daora. So it can be found in the New World too. It maintains a large territory back in the Old World. That means it's frequently sighted. Some scholars say it's the most typical Elder Dragon. If it's made it all the way to the New World, then it falls upon us to research it and show just how vast its territory really is.
Hey, partner.
Teostra, that's one vicious Elder Dragon. It has well-developed fangs and powerful limbs, not to mention a temper. It's particularly unforgiving towards enemy. The only reason you don't hear about it smashing apart as many towns and villages as other Elder Dragons is because it inhabits volcanic areas where people aren't likely to build towns in the first place. I wonder how Teostra behaves here in the New World. We need to find out. Vaal Hazak, huh? No record of that one in the Old World. The research base's archives do mention one sighting some number of years ago. They weren't able to establish a visual contact, but they came up with the provisional name Vaal Hazak until more data could be gathered. Okay. Hellish Fiend Vaal Hazak. I'm absolutely positive that the effluvium is controlled by Vaal Hazak. Now, to prove my theory once and for all, go to the Vaal and seek out Vaal Hazak. So the other two are in the Elder's Recess. We will start out above ground. Or try to. Those stupid bird things will probably fly me wherever they want. Also, something to note about some of the attack buffing items. Seeds, the drink, the gas, and I think there was one other thing. Actually all stack if you want to try to use them all together. But most of them have varying durations, anywhere from like 30 seconds to 3 minutes, depending on the item. Alright.
There's only one record of Vaal Hazak, but it was more like a possible match, not a definite ID. We might get an upgrade from shooting stars to superstars if we actually do find Vaal Hazak here.
You don't say. If this thing doesn't do poison, it's not the end of the world. Herbal medicines do restore health, and they're pretty fast to eat. We'll grab that scatter nut. Anyway, I started up here in hopes of finding a Palico to come help me. But that doesn't seem to be the case, but I'll go ahead and grab what's here while I'm here. It's a nice little treasure trove in here. Also, it'll get me a few flash bugs as well. I don't know if flash bugs will even work on this thing, but it could be helpful. Grabbing what I can while I'm here. Prolonging my existence just a bit longer before I die immediately. By the way, I'm stocked up on piercing ammo, like all 3 levels. I farmed up a bunch of blaze nuts and just made all the ammunition I could ever possibly need for a heavy bow gun. So yeah, I can actually eat this mite seed and it'll stack. Deluxe for first Wyverian plant. Neat. Alright, so I got some flash bugs going on here. Thank you for the Nova Crystal. Alright, you guys need to go. Alright, screw it. We'll just go this way. This is probably where we need to go. Go ahead and sharpen just so I can Get back what I lost. Alright. Yeah, this looks like a place. Hello.
There it is! We did it! Vaal Hazak is really here!
You can actually carve them, that's neat.
We found it! Now we can go ahead with our research. You can do this!
So I still take a little bit of damage, but not a ton. Okay, that's one. Alright, so yeah, he seems to gather that effluvium around him. Or it. So yeah, as long as if I go in those clouds, it does damage to me. But not a lot. Alright, he's agitated. What's kind of nice about Agitator is that there's definitely no question about when the, when the monster's agitating. If I have the buff, he's agitated. Health back on here. Okay, so those wings are a thing. Okay, that's annoying. So you're doing that again. Okay, so that does hurt me some. Alright. Alright, recover. And I need to get, thank you. Right. Alright, let's try that again. Cool. Shiny, 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 shiny. Alright. So yeah, notice it roared, but it didn't actually stagger me, which is kind of nice. Okay, new moves. Back away. That's going to shoot down. Alright. Alright. Dragon Pod. Okay, he's dropped 2 of his ammos, which means he is. Yeah, Dragon Pods do have Elder Seal on them as well, so if you ever need it, you can supposedly get it. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and resharpen while he's going. Oh, no, you don't. Okay. I have no idea if he's like healing or something, but I'm just gonna keep hitting him. Where'd you go? You went this way. Okay, yeah, he's... I was hoping he would go take a nap, but apparently he's not. Because if he takes a nap, I'm putting bombs on him. Ow. Alright. Well played. God, this weapon's really good against this thing. Oops, staggered him. Yeah, he was about to walk. He was about to run off, but he was staggered.
We hope you don't mind us stepping in and taking care of this for you.
Yeah, that was super easy. I'm guessing if I didn't have the effluvial stuff, my health would have dropped a lot faster, and the breath attacks would have hurt a lot more. So I'm glad I held on to those. Obviously, my other option would have been to equip armor that did it. But besides the clouds and shit, it was pretty easy to avoid. And the Elder Seal did break up the cloud. Like, it's the problem with the Elder Seal is like it's very not noticeable. But what it literally does is when it builds up all that effluvial stuff, there's a chance when you hit with it, it will just break it up. Which, you know, just saves me a little bit of trouble, but not a big deal. I don't expect the other ones to beat this as easy, unfortunately. High accommodation, some talon. Yeah, I broke his stomach and 4 limbs. Oh, Dragon Bone Relic. Nice. Pretty sure I don't really need any more of those, but it's a thought that counts. But yeah, really easy, like, honestly, freaking, Durgagante is tougher. I mean, Durgagante is not too bad either, because his moves are really telegraphed, but he hits a lot harder.
Full steam ahead!
Alright, there's an ingredient that transforms in downright magical ways. You need to type in to find that threatening, or are you in? Sorry, I'm kind of not reading the stuff here. Juicy meat resistance, okay. Holy cow, you got more stuff. Yeah, pretty much he's saying the same stuff as before. Oh my gosh, alright. Anything else? Whatever stirring still hasn't seen fit to stop. Alright, let me have it. Alright, well, let's complete some deliveries, because I have all this stuff. This gets me access to even more ingredients, which means more opportunities to get fresh ingredients and more opportunities to actually get the food I want. Alright, so 3 new food items, that's great. And I need to slay him 3 more times, and that will get me a silver Bavarian print as well as the limited bounty. He was really easy, so I will happily fight him as many times as I need to. Eventually I'll probably get hopefully I'll get an investigation for him to make that a little bit easier. Alright. We'll probably be leaving the bulk of the Vaal Hazak study to the 3rd Fleet. Thank you. We never have made it this far without you. So, what is it? Alright, this is, oh, so I have information for these guys already. Brutal Elder Dragon breathe in flames that spit blazing fire. Teostra are of such a fierce and deadly nature that the guild closely monitors their movement. The black-scaled dust Teostra scatters will spread over a wide area until it finally explodes. Keep an eye on that, as well as the flames it occasionally shields itself in. And aim to stagger it with weapons possessing Elder Seal capabilities. Kushala Deora, an elder dragon that shields itself with fierce winds, preventing anyone from approaching it. Its skin consists of hard metallic scales. When confronted by enemies, Kushala's wind shield continuously grows in intensity, eventually deflecting bow and bowgun attacks. Its wind shield can be weakened by staggering it, particularly with weapons with Elder Seal capabilities. And then, a grotesque elder dragon that inhabits the deepest part of the Rotten Vale. It uses the fatal vapor of the Veil and what appears to be a symbiotic relationship. Once you've become tainted, inhaling the vapor of the Veil causes your own health to drain. Head for areas where the vapor is thin, and if you do get tainted, do your best to get rid of it. I don't think I ever got tainted, so that's probably something I avoided. No. And his tail is severable, but I didn't manage to pull it off. Unfortunately, his tail's actually pretty high up usually, so not much we can do about it. He is vulnerable to dragon and fire, so longswords is my way to go apparently for it. Anyway, let's take care of some last bits of things, and I'll probably off-screen fight Vaal Hazak a few times just to get that quest taken care of, and then for another video we'll deal with the other Elder Dragons. So, let's see what he's got to offer us. Hopefully it's shiny. So yeah, you can see I have tons of ammo now. Boo.
Want something making?
To conduct solid research, you need solid equipment, and to create solid equipment, you need solid materials. Alright, good advice. So let's take a look at charms. Some new ones. Vaal Hazak stuff, which gets you access to peak performance, which is when you're at full health, you get some bonuses to your attack. And then we got some effluvial resistance items here. Probably not something I need though, because I have gems for it. Alright, and then we got Death Stench. So this is the new dragon attack stuff, which is actually pretty good. You get 5 tiers of freaking dragon attack if you have the full set. Yeah, it's this set again. Anyway, and then we have the Vaal Hazak set, which looks freaking awesome. Holy crap. That looks pretty cool. So this thing's special ability is allows recovery to exceed the red portion of the health gauge. Okay, so in other words, you just constantly regenerate. And then you got peak performance, dragon attack, recovery speeds, effluvia resistance. So yeah, this is all about just regeneration and dragon attack apparently. It's not terrible, it's just it's a cool looking set, it's just not a set I need. Dragon King. Yeah, we already know about that. Oh yeah, I unlocked the regular head. there's a quest just to capture wigglers, and you get tickets for it. But yeah, that's about it. So yeah, most of the event quests tend to get you some special materials that you can get some unique, gimmicky things. Anyway, let's take a look at our weapons. Alright, so this gets you access to some more dragon attack stuff. It has average Elder Seal. You can start working towards... Oh, this has white sharpness. Good for it. This has paralysis if you can unlock it, which isn't too shabby. And then this actual hat, this has actual paralysis on it. And some other fancy things. Alright, nothing too special there. You get a dragon bow at some point if I really care to. But not really anything I care about. Okay, so I think that's it. There's a quest we need to grab up here, so we'll do that. And then I'll go ahead and drop by the other area to talk to the Third Fleet and see if they have anything to say. What is your deal? Hey, I got a question for you. What do you think of the New World now? To me, it's like a big pot pie. On the outside, outside is this hard and mysterious shell. But once you dig in, you discover all its meaty goodness. Or maybe it's more like a fruit pie. Totally sweet and impossible to get out of your system. You're right, too much information. Anyway, am I the only one who thinks this way? Okay. I'll just go in here real quick. So yeah, I have unlocked more stuff. Alright. Besides that... Oh, actually, since I'm here... So yeah, I can still repeat the quest at least, so I can still do that. Alright, and last thing I need to do, go to the research base. See if she has anything to say. Probably not. Mostly, at best, she'll probably say some ellipses. But we'll find out. Oh, good, exclamation marks. That's a good sign. You're back, I knew you would be. So, how was it? What did you see? What did you learn? Ah, we are so lucky to have you, Hunter. It took time for you to reach us, but truly it was worth the wait. Anyway, no more compliments from me, not until you tell me all about what you saw. And don't spare the gory details.
Right.
Well, don't just stand there, start talking. Double ellipses.
How incredible.
So, Vaal Hazak really does exist. Well, not anymore, I killed it. That's good news for our studies of the Rotten Vale. Oh, listen to me, I'm understating. That completely changes our studies for the Rotten Vale. Thank you so much. Not only can you fly, but you've made us fly too. Literally, figuratively, adjectively. Really, I cannot thank you enough. One more, thank you. Oh, you got more.
Oh, yes.
Let me ask you something. The other day, did you do a quest called A Tingling Taste? That was for me. Thanks for taking care of it. For part of a little side project, I asked the head honchos to get me a great Gyros Fang. What did I use it for? Let's just say I made something a little demonic. Go to the canteen in Astera to have a look when you have some time. Run along now. Ah, new ingredient added, Demon Tater Brew. Alright, I'm glad that the trip wasn't for... Oh, actually there's more down here. Holy cow. There's more people. Ah, Hunter, what miraculous timing. I have a little job for you. There's a certain something that we in the Third simply cannot resist, and I would like your help in whipping some up. If you do this for me, I'll make sure the fruits of your labors are well stocked in the Astera's canteen. The only catch is, this needs to be kept between you and me, understand? No leaks, no rumors, nothing. I don't need to give those rascals back in Astera the wrong idea. They already assume we talk about nothing else here. Alright. Oh, gets me, this will unlock Master Ale. And being cooped up with research all day gets you in the mood to cut loose. You ready to go wild responsibly? Alright, so that requires Thunder Sacks, which I definitely have at this point. You know, I don't know how I feel about these Elder Dragons. On one hand, they cause all this mess. Frankly, I have a headache thinking of how much they interfere with my operations. But on the other hand, the resources they cough up, oh la la, that is another story. Alright, get the Master's Toast. Done. Alright. Alright. I think that's everything. Oh, actually, there's one other thing we'll need to check. But first I'm gonna check this. So yeah, the new things we added are in here. Gradually getting those unlocked, though. They're all those the drinks tend to just get boost things like gathering, which isn't a bad thing. It's just not something I really play enough of the game that I don't really need to up my gathering at all. Pelico equipment. We never looked at it. Alright, so we've got the feline Hazak sword, which has severing and dragon element. Right now using the Nergigante set that has higher element. Or not, it has lower element, but it has higher Elder Seal. Made from the Vaal Hazak parts, the skull whispers eerily, strip every fleshy morsel from the bone. And yeah. So, I guess the freaky thing about this outfit is it literally changes it actually changes it changes Ren into a skeleton. I'm not sure she cares much for that. Oh, by the way, she's wearing the Kieran set. Alright, well, enough rambling for me. I think this video's gone on way too long already, so I am the Depressed Hero, and this was Monster Hunter World. See you guys later.